what are you doing right now? Or more accurately, what are we doing every day, every time, without even noticing? Yes. We all are breathing, because that is what's keeping us alive. So, take a deep breath, and let's move forward in understanding its physiology. Now that we have previously gone through the details of respiratory tract, its functions, lungs, and mechanics of breathing in detail in our videos, it won't be much difficult for you to learn about the gaseous exchange and the gas laws now. But if you have not watched our videos on Introduction to Respiratory System and Lung Mechanics yet, I will suggest you watch them first. Well, in Introduction to the Respiratory System, I mentioned that there are 4 distinct processes of respiration. Pulmonary ventilation. That refers to the movement of air into and out of the lungs. This typically follows the rule that gases move from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. Next one was external respiration. That is in fact the diffusion of gases between the alveoli and the blood of the pulmonary capillaries. Then we had transport of gases. By gases, we mean oxygen and the carbon dioxide. So, the third process involves the transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the lungs and tissues. And last but not the least, internal respiration. That includes the diffusion of gases between the blood of the systemic capillaries and cells or tissues of the body. We had already discussed the pulmonary ventilation. Here, this video on gaseous exchange will involve the external and internal respiration. Well, oxygen is essential for the cells, and carbon dioxide, which is produced as a waste product in the cells, must be expelled from the cells and ultimately out of our body. And you know that it is the lungs that serve to exchange these 2 gases with blood. Now, the ultimate goal of respiration is to fulfill our need by delivering the oxygen to the organs and tissues of the body and removing carbon dioxide. The air we inhale enters the airways and reaches the last part, the alveoli, where the real gaseous exchange occurs. Well, these gases must be able to cross the alveolar membrane to enter the blood in the capillaries. Oxygen from alveoli crosses the alveolar membrane and enters the pulmonary blood capillaries, from where it enters the blood circulation and reaches various organs. There, oxygen leaves the blood and enters the tissue capillaries, and finally the cells. Here, the cells use this oxygen. Now, we know that cells have carbon dioxide as a waste product, which needs to be expelled out. So, conversely, this carbon dioxide will leave the cell, enter the tissue capillaries, making its way to enter the circulation. From the blood, it reaches pulmonary capillaries, cross the alveolar membrane, enters the alveoli, and finally exhaled out of the body. This exchange of gases, both in the lungs and the tissues of the body, depends on differences in pressure. The air we breathe in has a pressure of 760 millimeters of mercury, known as the total atmospheric pressure. Now, the dry air in atmosphere consists of about 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and about 1% other gases, of which about 0.03% is carbon dioxide. But what these percentages have to do with the gaseous exchange and gas laws? Well, I will be explaining it in detail in the next parts of the video. So, stick to the video till the end, where I will discuss the basic concepts of gas exchange, along with the different gas laws applicable in respiration. And how does the oxygen and carbon dioxide gas exchange take place? Well, guys, today's video will take you back to a little bit of chemistry, where we used to study about the ideal gas and various gas laws. I know, chemistry sounds a bit boring for most of you. But, trust me, I will try to make it as simple as possible for you. So, some of these gas laws are applicable here in the case of respiration. These include Boyle's law, Dalton's law, Henry's law, Fick's law of diffusion, and Graham's law. Now, I will be explaining them, one by one, along with the basic concepts you need to know, like partial pressure, fractional concentration, diffusion capacity, and much more in the next parts. So, do not go anywhere, and click the next parts to learn the details. Don't forget to download our apps so you can watch our video lectures anytime, anywhere.